Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through today. It's lovely to have such a big crowd on a Wednesday afternoon. These kind of lunchtime ones are like my graveyard shift. No one comes during lunch, but I'm glad that you're here. Guys, if you're watching us live today, I know the slides are jammed up. They're going to change in a second. Just bear with us and listen to my lovely voice as if you're listening to the radio. But the slides will sort themselves out in a second. Guys, thank you for coming through today. My name is Brendan Benfield. I'm the Senior Executive here at DuePoint. I'm going to spend about 40 minutes with you, talking to you about what DuePoint is, why we created it, and why you're here this afternoon. To start with, though, let me just remind you that DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. This is important to note because you might not have heard of DuePoint before, but I want you to have faith and trust in who you're dealing with here today. Constantia is a 68-year-old insurance company. It was first established in 1952. It is registered and listed on the JSE. And it is licensed life and short term with the FSCA. You're not dealing with some kind of international company. This is a homegrown South African company built for South Africans by South Africans. This is to give you some confidence because every day I see the next thing floating around on WhatsApp groups and on Facebook and all sorts. I was having a bit of a look this morning and there's some lovely ones. They always look lovely. There's lots of gold. They like gold. There's lots of gold on them, and it's always got to do with lions or tigers or, motor cars always splashed all over and holidays all over the world and all of that. And, well, really, none of us seem to have got rich off of any of these things. And what it has instead done is it's completely destroyed our trust in anything that doesn't sound like traditional employment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this morning I hope that you can find some trust in us as a long-standing financial and insurance company in the South African context. About 4 or 5 years ago, 2015, we sat down at Constantia and we decided that we needed to solve two problems that we had. Our primary problem as a corporate was that our traditional forms of distributing our products was no longer working. Traditional forms is TV adverts, radio adverts, billboards, all of those sorts of things, brokers, call centers, agents. They were just not bringing the products in anymore. In addition, having looked into that problem, we discovered that one of the reasons why we were struggling with that was because the average South African was starting to enter a period of financial crisis. Most South Africans weren't aware of it yet, but it was already starting. It has now reached a crescendo in 2019. If you don't know it already, you are in financial crisis right now. If the lights turning off every 8 hours isn't an indicator of that, well then the water turning off shortly should do the trick. You know that if they continue like this, the pumps at the stations are going to pack up and we're no longer going to have water either. You do know that. It's in the papers. It's about to happen. Folks, we are in financial crisis. Not only is that a part of this crisis we're in, but we don't have control over our income here in South Africa anymore. With a recessive economy, no one can build a career. When I talk to young people, they still think that they're going to build massive careers in South Africa. Folks, there are no massive careers left in South Africa. They are drying up because the economy is shrinking. With things like load shedding and threats of water turning off, nationalization of mining rights, etc., we are starting to experience a weaker and weaker rand. With a weaker and weaker rand, everything gets more expensive. Why do you think we had 7 petrol price increases in the last 12 months? 7. Because the rand is getting weaker and we import fuel. We don't make fuel. Right now, diesel has run out in South Africa. I've been calling around for a week trying to get diesel for my generator, but it's run out. The ships are on their way, but ships take 2 or 3 weeks to get here. What's it going to do to the price of diesel? It's going to drive the price of diesel up. None of us get to have a vote in this. None of us get to have a say in it. None of us will decide what increases we get at the end of this year to cover the massive inflation we're going to experience in 2019. Last year alone, inflation was around about 23% for the individual on the ground. Government will tell you it was 6.83%. No, it wasn't. For you and me on the ground, it was like 23%. I know this. I went to the spa on Saturday afternoon after I was here, and I went to buy cool drinks. Cool drinks. Now, do you remember when Coca-Cola was cheap? Do you remember? I remember Coca-Cola was cheap, man. It was like 3 rand, you got 2-liter bottle. Well, now it's coming up on about 25 rand for a 2-liter bottle. I couldn't believe it. I'm turning into my father now. My father used to think everything cost 50 cents. And I remember as a teenager going, where did we lose you? Where did we lose you? Nothing costs 50 cents. Now I feel like that. I walk in there thinking it's going to cost me 3 Rand for a Coke, and now it costs 25 Rand for a Coke. What does it cost for Millie Meal these days? Have you seen how much Millie Meal costs? My wife tells me she falls over every time she walks in. We don't have annual price increases in South Africa anymore. We don't. We have weekly price increases. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in financial crisis, whether we like it or not, whether we're willing to admit it or not, whether we think we're important or whether we think we're lowly. We're all in financial crisis. And so we discovered that we had to solve that problem first before we were going to solve our distribution problem at Constantia. And so tackling both those problems, we created a system which we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we're going to ask you to do one thing. Not selling. No, we're done with selling in South Africa. No more marketing, no more advertising, no more advising or running around with products. No, we were going to ask you to do one thing. We wanted you simply to connect the rest of South Africa to us. There are 57 million people, according to the latest census in South Africa, all of whom are in financial crisis. We want you to link them to us. If you can connect them to us through our technology, we're able to create a greater platform of distribution for ourselves at Constantia. By doing that, we create more revenue. And from that greater revenue, we're able to create for you what we call wealth. It is a recurring, reliable, steadfast income. It is not a cash-in-transit income. Everything that we do at the moment is we sell something and we get money for it. That's the end of that money. It doesn't happen again. Many of you have been involved in selling things, toiletries, plastic buckies, even cryptocurrency. Whatever it's been, when you sell, you create once-off cash, and then that cash, like water, flows through your fingers. And if you are able to actually hold it in your hands, the rand-dollar rate makes it reduce even though there's no leaks in your fingers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not interested in cash in transit here at DuePoint. We're interested in wealth creation. Wealth is money that is there every month. It's there no matter what your circumstances are, whether you are able to work that month or are too sick or on holiday or overworked at your job. Whatever it might be, the money must come in. Using financial services at DuePoint, we use automatic debit order systems, which means that no matter what day of the year it is and whatever you're doing, that debit order raises and your income comes in. Just yesterday, our wealth engineers were paid again. Now we say again because in every other thing that I've seen, there's always some reason for delay in payment. You know, if it's cryptocurrency, sorry guys, the markets have crashed. You know, if it's products, oh, I'm sorry, the FD's in China or so, and we can't pay you. You'll be glad to know ours is all completely automated, and you'll get paid whether I'm lying in a box underground or in China. The money gets paid, and so we paid again. For those that have been with us for years at DuePoint, they will show you the payment month after month without having to call in, without having to stress, because that is what wealth is. When you're paid every month, you can start changing your circumstances and you can start digging yourselves out of financial crisis, the crisis that you are in right now, whether you've realized it or not. In addition, we've built the system for South Africans. South Africans always come with crazy excuses for not doing anything that doesn't sound like a traditional job. We've been indoctrinated to believe that the only way you make income is through a job. Anyone here getting rich off of their jobs? No. This is what is the great irony. We are slave labored in to our employment, even from a mental perspective, and yet it is making us poorer every year. Every year. Unless you got a 23% increase last year, you are poorer this year than you were last year. Whether you like it or not, whether you think I'm making a marketing statement or not, I promise you, you are poorer than you were last year if you have a job. Here at DuePoint, we designed the system to fit into South Africans' lifestyles. We know you're busy. We know you don't have time. We know you need to speak to your spouse. We know you don't know anyone. We know you don't know how to use a computer. We know. We know all of these things. And so we built a system, because we are South Africans, to cater for every South African. Our system allows you to leverage others in building channels or teams, that we call them, to create wealth for you 24 hours a day. We don't have to deliver stock in this business, which means that at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can click a button and have instant delivery of our technology, of our product, of our offering to anyone, anywhere in South Africa. You have never seen anything like DuePoint before. I can assure you of that. We also give you this system at no cost. Use of the system here at DuePoint, our offices, our people, our technology, our software, our presentations, our training, etc., our application forms are all absolutely free. We're in the business of building wealth, not taking money. Now, you'll be surprised at how many South Africans at this point go, no, this can't be real. Why? Because they haven't been asked to hand money over. Everywhere else you've been, you've had to hand money over, haven't you? 200 Rand, 500 Rand, 5,000 Rand, 34,000 Rand, whatever it was, you had to hand money over. Seen the latest one? You just need to donate. Have you seen that one? Just donate your 100 Rand. Just donate it. Everywhere you go, you're asked to put money in. At DuePoint, by simply being a product owner of ours, you get free use of our entire system. You will never be charged for any aspect of our system. If we're going to become an economic solution for South Africans, we cannot burden them with greater cost. We have to be building wealth for them, and that's what our system does. So today you don't have to talk to your spouse. You don't have to, because you're not burdening her with a financial decision or him with a financial decision. Today you can make, men particularly, today you can make a decision just by yourself. I know you're not normally allowed to do that. I know I'm not allowed to make any decisions without my wife, but today, as husbands, we can make a decision without our spouses, okay? Because it's not a financial risk decision today. In addition, because you are not selling, and that's a big thing you've got to remember. You're not going to walk out of here selling anything today. You're not selling advertising or marketing. You're not intermediaries or brokers or representatives or advisors of ours. And so everybody of any level of experience or education in South Africa can do this business, can pick up this tool and become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody is able in South Africa to build an asset with us because our product creates a recurring income, one that you get every month. It is now an asset. Assets can be priced, and in our system, they can be sold. Your channel can actually be sold in our system. And in addition, one day when you pass away, it will automatically be transferred to your children. And so what does that mean? It means that for the first time, possibly in South Africa's history, there is a company offering an intergenerational wealth creation tool. The income that you create during your lifetime will be passed on to your children. They will earn it during theirs and be able to grow your asset even bigger before they hand it over to your grandchildren. What are we going to offer our children right now? What are we leaving behind for the next generation? When I speak to the average South African, they don't care. I find that absolutely incredible. Do you know what it does? It perpetuates the poverty cycle in our country. If we don't think about how we can uplift our children, well, then they will start at exactly the same position we did. And so the cycle of poverty continues. At DuePoint, we're solving that problem. The asset you create will become your children's when you pass away. And you will have benefited from it during your lifetime, and they will benefit from it during theirs. Nowhere else in South Africa today can you find a tool like that. Folks, we have made the tool as well absolutely convenient and simple for you. Again, no one can say it's too difficult or I don't understand how it works. Using our technology, we ask you to click your smartphone 3 times to connect an individual to us. If you watch any of my training, you'll see what those 3 clicks are. All of you know how to use your smartphones. I've seen you. You're all WhatsApping and Facebooking and on the free Wi-Fi out here. I can see you updating your apps and downloading and I can see you know how to do it. So I know that you know how to tap your phone 3 times. If you can do that, then you are able to connect the 57 million South Africans waiting for DuePoint. You can connect them. And when you do, as they catch the vision of what we're trying to do, our technology allocates them to you and your channel is born. These guys now go out and do the same thing, connect South Africans to us via our technology. They do not need to be in this building. They do not need to come to these presentations. We broadcast live across the country every day. And as they connect people, our technology allocates them to you and allocates them to you as your platform of distribution for DuePoint spreads out across the country. We then, as DuePoint, come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel, not you. You're not selling anything. Once you've seen our products, you're going to come and talk to me afterwards. You're going to say, Brendan, when I am selling, and I'm going to stop you right there and say, you never ever sell. You never ever talk about our products. At DuePoint, our product is wealth creation. That's what you connect South Africans to, an opportunity to create intergenerational wealth. We, as DuePoint, do the selling. We create that sale throughout your platform of distribution, and your income is born without you having to do a presentation or a sale. Now, we distribute that wealth to you in two ways. The first way is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel. Every month that it is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment is made. So, for instance, you're going to go out, chat to some of your friends. Your friends are going to become wealth engineers, pay for their product, and when they do, you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand every month going forward from a single connection, as long as that product is paid. So I've had people with the WhatsApps and the Facebook pictures go, but look here, I can earn 450 Rand for selling the pot, or 900 Rand for selling the cryptocurrency, or blah, blah, blah. And I say to them, how often will you get it? No, just when I sell the pot. Just when I. Folks, one connection at DuePoint creates for you a recurring income. Doesn't matter how much you think you can earn on a sale of a pot or a pan or a toiletry, it will never outvalue the 55 Rand that comes in every single month going forward for you at DuePoint. This is the most powerful tool in wealth creation that we could have created for you. If these individuals take 2 products, you get 110 Rand. 3 products, you get 165 Rand. 4 products, 220 Rand, and so on and so on. You have the power now to create the income you want. Again, as I say, watch some of my training videos and you'll understand how you are able to control and flex your income like you cannot do in anything else that you're doing in the South African economy today. These folk are going to go out, connect some of their friends, they'll take a product, pay for it, and again, you'll get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. You've been here for 5 minutes. You have put half a dozen people in, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month with us. 12,000 Rand a year. You've done nothing, and you're on 12,000 Rand. It's money you can rely on. It's not money that's going to flip back to Taiwan or Russia or America or Australia. It's right here. It is something that is yours that you have created. But you might not want 1,000 Rand a month. You might want a lot more. So with the more effort and the more time and the more connections that you make, your income will continue to grow, but now at a diminishing rate, but only to the 8th point. From the 8th point on, you have unlimited earning potential. I believe I'm the only person that can actually say that in South Africa today. We do not cap in any way, shape, or form your earnings. You decide what you want in our system. You see, from the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment in your channel, as long as you qualify to earn. Again, go watch our 2, 3, 4 minute long training videos, and you'll understand how we have created generational wealth for you. You can build a channel 26 points big and earn on all of it. Hand it over to your children. They can build it to 50 points and earn on all of it. I sit with groups of people often in this building, and I say to them, one of my favorite questions, I say to them, in your wildest dreams, how much would you like to earn? In your wildest dreams, right now, what can you imagine your monthly earnings being? And you know what I always find? South Africans have very small dreams. They have very small dreams. I think the most anybody's ever said to me is 50,000 Rand a month. I went 50,000 Rand a month? Man, in my wildest dreams, it's like $5 million a month. I'm talking wildest dreams here. But it demonstrates to me how crushed our ambition is in South Africa. How we've been boxed and limited. That we can't even imagine earning more than 50,000 Rand a month. Ladies and gentlemen, you can earn 500,000 Rand a month if you want to. Here at DuePoint, you are going to decide, not me. You will also self-select out, not me. I'm not going to come to you and say, you can't do this. You're going to look at me and say, Brendan, I can't do this. And I'm going to say, why? No, it's very hard. And I'll say, really? Tapping your screen 3 times is hard? No, but the people say no. Which people? The 10 people you spoke to, or all 57 million? Generally, it's the first 10 people you spoke to. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not asking you to talk to 10 people. We're asking you to talk to everybody. Everybody you meet over the rest of your life, you're going to show DuePoint to. I'll bet that's more than 10 people, and I'll bet that amongst them, you're going to find people who are going to build wealth for you. Very soon, as the screws continue to tighten on our economy, more and more people will have no more excuses. They will have to enter the DuePoint system. It is the only other option they have in South Africa today. If you've got another option for wealth creation, please come and tell me. I'm really interested in finding out what it is, but nobody to date, in all the years we've done this, has been able to tell me. Folks, we can calculate for you how much you can earn here at DuePoint. One of the common questions we get is, well, Brendan, how much can I earn? Well, I'll tell you how much you can earn. It all falls on two ingredients, time and numbers. How many people you're willing to connect and how much time you're willing to spend on it. We use a very simple formula to calculate that. You can grow at any rate you like, but if I'm going to demonstrate to you what you could potentially earn, I need a fixed rate of growth in your channel. We call it 3 plus 2. It fits into everybody's lifestyle in South Africa. It says in your first month with us, you're responsible for connecting just 3 people. That's it, just 3. You need 3 connections in a month. And then thereafter, plus 2, every month after that, you are responsible for connecting just 2 people. That's 1 every 15 days. It really doesn't matter how busy or how important you think you are. You know you can connect 2 people a month, 1 every 15 days. If you can do that consistently over time, and I'm talking about now, Easter's coming up, you still got to connect 2 people. December comes up, Christmas, you still got to connect 2 people. You can't say it's Christmas, I'm not. You got to do it. If you can do it every month, well, then I can reasonably estimate what you can earn in our system. If you do that for 6 months, 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, then after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. You can see how different this is from what you've seen before. All the things you've seen before told you you'd be a millionaire by now. 6 months, you'd be on holidays overseas, you'd have cars, your 100 Rand donation, man, it would be now 1 million Rand. Yeah, the only thing is, that's never happened, has it? Do we know anyone that got rich in 90 days? No, we got people who said they did, but you found out later they didn't. We've had lots of that. No, here we talk real wealth. Real wealth comes with one very specific requirement: time. Time is what is required for real wealth, persistent, lifetime wealth. You've been doing very little. You've been connecting 2 people only a month. You can connect 10, you can connect 100. That's up to you. But at just 2 people a month, you are now earning 30,000 Rand a year from DuePoint. 30,000 Rand a year. It's not cash like 30,000 in your hand that disappears before the end of the weekend. It's every month 2,500 Rand coming in. You know it comes in, it's reliable, it's in your bank every month, and now you can start changing your circumstances. If you keep going and you add 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, after a year, you can reasonably expect to be on 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's this time next year. You have created for yourself a 10,000 Rand raise in 2019. It's 120,000 Rand a year that you created. Nobody else did. I didn't help you. Nobody said to you, you can, you can't. Nobody said get up at 8 in the morning and be at work by 9 and go home at 4. Nobody said anything. You created it simply by using this tool, connecting people every day. 10,000 Rand a month. If you carry on and you do it for a second year, that rises. You're not changing your speed. It's just plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Then after 2 years, that 10 becomes 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. And it puts you in the top third of earners in the country, according to SARS. 2 years, and you can be in the top third of earners in the country. What does 30,000 Rand a month mean to you? It's not 30,000 Rand when you run off to your friends to beg them to buy the pots and pans again every month or to make another 100 Rand donation. It's none of that. It's debit order system every month, single connection and income flowing. And 2 years down, you're on 30,000 Rand a month. Can you do 3 years with us? If you do 3 years, you're up to 40 to 45,000 Rand a month. If you do 4 years, you're up to 60 to 65,000 Rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, not 5 weeks, guys, not 5 days, not until Friday, 5 years. Now, I say this, and it frightens 90% of people out of this auditorium. South Africans want get-rich-quick. Why? Because they're desperate. I used to say this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, thinking that that's what South Africans wanted to hear. I was completely wrong. South Africans want to hear this is a get-rich-quick scheme because they're so absolutely desperate to get out of their circumstances. Folks, there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. Nothing promised to you on WhatsApp or Facebook will make you rich. I promise you now. Only time creates wealth. And if you can give us 5 years, what's 5 years? How long have you worked in your careers for? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years? What's 5 years? 5 years, and you will be in the top 0.5% of earners in the country on 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's 1 million Rand a year. How many people in South Africa have ever got to 1 million Rand a year? At the moment, according to SARS, 35,000. 35,000 out of 57 million. In other words, you've got more chance of being struck by lightning 3 times than getting there. Not once, 3 times. Folks, we have no chance outside of the DuePoint system to create income like I've just shown you. None. It's a factual statement. You can go out there and continue to battle away, running on the hamster wheel, but I will guarantee you, outside of this system, there is no chance of you creating wealth. We at DuePoint have built everything to make the easiest possible tool for you as South Africans to build wealth. It's now purely up to you to decide to pick it up and to get out there. And yes, not everyone's going to say yes, because not everyone's going to understand. But in time, every South African will come through the DuePoint system. At the moment, we've got tens of thousands working on it. As I say, it was payday on Tuesday this week, and a couple thousand South Africans were paid. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Out of this thing, this little office in Bryanston, we paid more employees, in a sense, than any other corporate that I know of in the area on that day. And none of them came to work. None of them ticked off or slotted in their time cards. No, they've just been using this tool. They've just been using this tool, and they were making income. We put on stage every couple of weeks 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 people from around the country who are building wealth with us. Some doing well, some doing badly. We show you the whole spectrum in between as well. We're not marketing here. We're demonstrating real people creating wealth. This last month, we had up Elaine on stage. She's been with us for 6 months. According to my maths, she should be on 2,500. 2,500. 6 months down, 2,475. You see, we've been doing this for long enough now to be able to tell you quite accurately what you can expect to earn. We had Andile up with us. Andile is from KZN. This is a nationwide business, ladies and gentlemen. It is not limited to here. People often say to me, Brendan, when are you going to set up an office in Durban? I'm never going to set up an office in Durban, because I have an office in every one of your pockets right here. Ladies and gentlemen, this business is done online. It's not done out of this auditorium. And this chap here decided he didn't want 2,500, he wanted more. And so over 7 months, he built a channel worth 5,000 Rand a month. That's 60,000 Rand a year. He now earns off of the back of 7 months of effort. Any of you getting a 5,000 Rand raise in the next 7 months? No, you don't have to be shy. You can all shout out yes, because that is the correct answer. But you can build a 5,000 Rand raise here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, you can build any amount of income with us here. Go to our YouTube channel and you'll see all the people over the years that have stood on the stage and spoken about wealth that they have created at DuePoint. How much do you want? Is it 5,000 Rand a month? That's fine. You can make 5,000 Rand a month with us. Is it 50,000 Rand a month? That's fine too. Maybe it's 500,000 Rand a month. Look at the date on this slide. 11th of February 2016. What does that number look like today? See, I'm not allowed to show you because we're going to have a cash in transit heist outside the gate here. We can keep chasing our tails in South Africa, guys. We can. We can hop from one network to the next because they promise things with slides that have gold and black and cars and holidays printed on them, but are here today and gone tomorrow. Or we can put our heads down in wealth creation rather than cash creation. And over the next 5 years, you can change everything about yourself, your own economy, and if DuePoint does this right, the economy of South Africa in 60 months. This is a tool that's now in your hands. The second way that we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards training program. See, I'm not finished. By the time we're done, you're going to be like high-fiving me on the way out. Folks, we've spoken about how we make your money. Now we're going to talk about how we change your life. First of all, we're going to teach you. South Africans don't understand the financial services industry. They don't understand direct selling or marketing, even if they've been involved in it one way or another. But we will teach you. We will teach you personal finance, understanding the industry that we're in, and we will teach you how to create wealth and become a social entrepreneur in South Africa today. As you engage with our training program, and guys, you have to engage with it. It doesn't teach you by itself. You've got to get stuck in. And you complete the steps in the program. We reward you with XP points, experience points. These accumulate, and as they accumulate and your channel size grows, we rank you up in the training program. When we rank you up, we give you cash. Each rank has greater amounts of cash that you earn. Then at rank 5, we give you an imported Lightning memory stick from the US, jam-packed with everything in it that you need to connect South Africans to us, whether you're online or offline. At rank 7, we give you a 17,000 Rand set of business cards. We import it, it's custom made, and it is gold gilded for you so that you have the finest business card in the country. And you don't even work for us. When you walk around and you put that in the hand of someone, find a rank 7 here this morning or above, and they'll show you what a gold gilded card looks like. Not ink, gold gilt. Otherwise, take a look in our glass cabinet outside. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a powerful connection tool for you. Then at rank 9, when you've done the work and you've achieved rank 9, what rank are you guys on right now? Naught. When you've gone from naught to rank 9, and you get there, this is not one of those Facebooky, WhatsAppy thingies. We will take you and your family away. You and your family away. Every year. Not in July when it's cold and miserable, okay, but in December when your kids are on holiday and it's hot and expensive. For a week, business class, all expenses paid, 5-star luxury. Every year for the rest of your life. Now, people say to me, no, this is nonsense. No, it's not. We've been before, numerous times. One of our guys has been with us 4 times. 4 times. And we've already booked this year's trip, going December. I can tell you already, we're leaving on Saturday, the 7th of December. It's booked in, and we're taking it up another notch this year because our rank 9s are working hard, and above are working hard. And we will have new rank 9s with us this year too. Who will they be? Well, you see, I don't have to show you fake internet footage. I can show you the real deal. Because every year, as I say, we go away. If you become rank 9, your Decembers will look a bit like this. Sure. Who will be there with us this year? Who will be there with us? Book my ticket. Where have I heard that before? Will I even see your faces tomorrow? Ladies and gentlemen, nothing will stop you from succeeding at DuePoint other than yourself. You will let your friends bruise your ego, and make you stop doing the only thing that we have available to us in South Africa today to create lifetime wealth. You need to make the decision today that no matter what people say, you get out there and you keep connecting until every single South African has been through this business. If you're able to do that, well then somewhere between 5 and 31 months and you'll be rank 9. Why do I say that? Well, this chap over here did it in 5 months, and I haven't got a picture on this one here, but there was a lady here who did it in 31 months. And everybody's done it in between, some 11 months, some 15 months, some 19 months. How long are you willing to do this for to have a lifetime holiday if you maintain your channel size with us? Those are questions you'll have to ask. At rank 11, we give you another useful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded by us. It's not rented from us. It's not financed by us. It's in your name. It's yours. I can't take it back once I've given it to you. It's another tool that we believe will build freedom for you. That's 11 of the 28 ranks that we currently have mapped in our training. So we've shown you the first third. There are 2/3 more than this. So the WhatsApp pictures that have cars and holidays, that's just what we do as you're starting. That's just what we do as you're starting. Then we get serious after that. Ladies and gentlemen, we build all of this wealth off of the back of our products. We have 4 products here at DuePoint. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. It costs 324 Rand a month. And for 324 Rand, you get 2 products, your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of the 324 every month. We put it into your investment account, and you are growing an asset from day one with us here at DuePoint. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. It costs 249 Rand a month. For that, you get R1,000,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover with no waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations or declarations. Our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Cover. It starts at 299 Rand a month, and you get 2 benefits again. 1, funeral cover. You get between 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, and you can add 5 to 10 family members to your plan with you. In addition, the principal holder of the product, that would be you, gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover so that when you pass away, your family doesn't have to cover 10,000 Rands worth of any outstanding debt that you might have. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month to be a member. We love this product. We think it's very exciting. It is designed to reduce your monthly expenditure. We get discounts, vouchers, account managers, VIP services, packages, all sorts from a host of suppliers across the economy that you couldn't get as an individual, but because we're a 7-decade-old insurance company, they give it to us. And we can supply you with these things through this program. Engage with these products, ladies and gentlemen. Go watch the videos. Every product has a review and training video on it. You can find it on our YouTube channel and our website. And when you engage with these products, you understand that without even using the DuePoint tool, you're already creating benefit and wealth for yourself. We're running a special quest, an incentive this month for wealth engineers. We're calling it the Let Us Entertain You, or Let Me Entertain You quest this month. It says that if you can find 20 people this month, not 2, 20. 20 people this month, either on your first or second point, which means that you introduce a handful and they might introduce a handful, and the sum of those, if it equals 20, and they've all taken our Wealth Points Buyers Club, let's go back to it, this one over here, and have paid for it by the end of March, we'll put 10,000 Rand in your bank account in the middle of April on top of your returns and rewards. You've still got 11 days in this month. Speak to 2 people a day, and you've got 20 people by the end of this month. It is still completely doable. Get it done, and there'll be a bonus 10,000 Rand for you in the middle of April. We don't make false promises at DuePoint. There will be no delay or excuse with regard to payment. Put your 20 people in, get them paid by the end of the month, and that 10 grand is in your account. In addition, this year, we've got very serious with South Africa. We have said, for South Africans who, in this crisis, as South Africa, I want to say burns, but the electricity is off, so it's not, stagnates maybe. South Africans who are sick and tired of the circumstances they have and cannot control are now put in a position with our 365 challenge to change those circumstances permanently in 365 days. We say, if you can put 365 people into your channel in 365 days on your first point, by the end of your 365 days, and your 365 days starts today, the day you become a wealth engineer, okay? If you can put 365 people in, we'll give you a check for 365,000 Rand. In addition, we know how your channel will have grown. If you put 365 people in, they're not going to sit in a presentation like this and do nothing afterwards. They're going to grow. And we've taken very conservative mathematics to estimate that your channel will exceed rank 9, which means that this year you'll come away with us on our rank 9 trip. It will also exceed rank 11, which means that this year, perhaps for the first time in your life, you'll get your own brand new motor car. But more importantly, a channel of that size will earn on average around 40 to 50,000 Rand a month in returns. That will be the wealth you will have created for yourself. That will change your circumstances forever. 40 to 50,000 Rand, that's 500,000 to 600,000 Rand a year. All of your lives would be different on that. This is not funny, cashy kind of business. This is every month that 40 grand comes in. How has life changed? 365 days from now. Your clock starts now if you're a serious South African about changing your circumstances. Folks, if you want to become a wealth engineer this evening or this afternoon, it's very, very easy. You go to our website, DuePoint.net, watch the videos, read the pages, click the apply and join button, and within 3 minutes you are a wealth engineer. No money at all having passed from your wallets today. And this afternoon, you can start creating wealth for yourself. This afternoon. No waiting until first product payment or when you buy the package or what. No, this afternoon, you get out there and you start connecting people and start creating wealth for yourself. If you need to do more research, do it. Go to the JSC's website, look us up under Conduit Capital. You'll find us listed there. Go to Constantia's website. We're a public company. Our financial statements are there. How much our directors earn and our BEE status is all there. If you need these things to be comfortable, go do them. Go to the FSCA's website. You'll find our life and short-term licenses, and you will also find all of our FSP, financial services provider licenses there. We don't have one, we have many. I don't even have enough space to hang them all up outside. I think we've got like 8 of them hanging up outside. Folks, you are not dealing with something like something you've done before. You have never seen something like DuePoint before. We are nationwide. We will be doing our visit, we call it our encounter, to Port Elizabeth on the 11th of May. This is an opportunity for wealth engineers around the country outside the Eastern Cape to set up lines of wealth in the Eastern Cape. We're expecting to see hundreds of you in the Eastern Cape. We're going to tackle everybody there. East London, Butterworth, and get them all into Port Elizabeth on the 11th of May. You can go into your phone app under events on our app, or you can go to our website, click events, find the event, and book your tickets. It's free. Remember, we don't take your money. Go book your tickets there. We need to know how many seats to prepare. So get the tickets booked in now and start preparing your accommodation and your transport. We are going to see you down there on the 11th. It's going to be awesome. And then, folks, tomorrow is Human Rights Day. So it's a day off for everybody who wants to be poor. It is a day on for everyone who wants to be rich. You have the entire day tomorrow to be connecting people to DuePoint. We will still have our regular presentation tomorrow. DuePoint never sleeps. 6:30 tomorrow night, right here, is our regular Thursday presentation. Get yourselves here. There will be no traffic. Even if there's load shedding, it won't matter. You'll be able to come from the far reaches of Gauteng to here in 5 minutes tomorrow night at 6:30. Be here. I'll be back here with everybody. And because it's a public holiday, we're doing 1,000 XP per guest that attends or watches live tomorrow night. That's double the normal XP for guests arriving. So for those of you who want to go rank 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, tomorrow is a bonus occasion to earn XP by bringing guests here or watching live with them from around the country. This notification is already on Facebook. Start sharing it out to your channels, and it's going to be in your app by this afternoon. Share it from your app via WhatsApp, SMS, etc., etc. Let's get the country watching DuePoint tomorrow. I don't want 5 of you here because everybody else is doing Pooza Thursday. Pooza Thursday makes us poor. It makes us poor. If we want to get rich tomorrow, I want to see all of you here. We can seat 150 of you in this building, and online we can see all 57 million at once. Let's get serious about creating money for ourselves and changing this crisis that we see happening around us right now. Let's get serious about solving that problem. This Saturday morning, we're doing a follow-on. It's the sequel to our Wealth Creation 101 training session we did last year. It was so successful and so well received that we said we've got to do a sequel. And we're doing Wealth Creation 201 this Saturday. I'll be doing it as well. It's something I've been working on for a couple of months now. We're calling it Controlling Personal Wealth Creation. Most people are just bashed along by the economy. economy. On Saturday morning, we're going to take personal finance, understanding how you create wealth, to the next level. This is not an opportunity for me to sort of spend more time on DuePoint. This is real life personal finance training that we're doing Saturday morning, 11 o'clock. It's free. It'll be broadcast live. 10 o'clock is the intro. Get yourself and your guests and your channel here. Straight after the intro, keep them in the room, and I'll teach them how to properly manage their own personal finance and control wealth creation. It's going to be huge. I want to see all of you here at 11 a.m. this Saturday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that you can see how serious we are here at DuePoint. We really believe that we are the only viable economic solution for South Africans today. And we want all of you to be with us on this journey. It will not cost you anything today to become a wealth engineer. It is not a difficult decision. But for those who choose not, count the cost. Understand what you have said goodbye to today if you do not pick this tool up. If you've got questions and concerns, come and ask us. We're here. We're not afraid to answer any questions you might have. Come and ask us the questions, and then pick up the tool and get out there, and let's start changing what our leaders have not been able to change on the ground as South African citizens. Thank you very much, guys. I'm going to see you guys outside, and I'm going to see the rest of you at 6:30 tomorrow night. Thank you. Cheers.